So you want to do Uber Black? Well, I'm going to show you guys how to do Premier, then do Uber Black, then I'm going to show you how to do Lyft Black also with it. So like and subscribe. I'm going to show you how to do this over the next year. I'm going to break it down. I'm going to show you all the different ways, what it takes to get this. So like and subscribe. Let's get into this episode. So get it out, make sure it's clean. Alright, so this is the car I've showed you before, but now if you see, you got me dressed business casual. Now you can wear a suit, you can wear whatever you want to wear in a sense, because it is your car, it is your, basically your business, whatever. But the main thing I want to show is this is the whole documenting this whole process of going from deliveries to Uber Comfort to Premier to Uber Black and Lyft Black. So I'm showing you how to do all these different steps, what it's like in each different step. Now everything is different once you go. With deliveries, it's the basics, the easiest. You only need certain, car, you don't have to talk to people, all that. But you don't make as much money. Then you start picking up people. Then the car does kind of matter. You do got to keep it clean. You still got to know how to deal with people. Then Uber Comfort pays you a little bit more sometimes. It used to. Now it's not as much, but you can get a little bit better rides, a little bit better clientele. Then you go to Uber Premier, which is like what I got with this vehicle. They got the black leather interior. It qualifies for Uber Black and Lyft Black. But the reason why I've not had that tier level is because of the fact I don't have the commercial policy yet. So I'm going to show you which cities Uber Premier is in, what it's like, to where I'm doing basically Uber Black without paying the money for the commercial policy and LLC. Then I'm going to document, once I do that, I'm going to go ahead and get the commercial policy as I travel and show you what Uber Black and Lyft Black, what it entails, because there's more to it than just I got a commercial policy, I got an LLC. Airports require certain things, different areas require certain things. I'm going to break it down for you and show you how to do it. So this whole process is a lot to it, and there's ways to do it and stepping stones, which I tried to explain. This is one of the cheaper models. It's 2024 Cadillac XT6 with black leather interior, black exterior. So it qualifies on the lower end. It's not paying $80,000 like you're going to with a Escalade or anything like that, but you still got the third row seat. You still could do XL. It's just if I do XL, I get a car full of people. I don't have much room for luggage, so dealing with an airport XL might be a little bit tricky in sense, but the whole point is basically just being able to have room for people. But I'm going to document the whole process, show it to you, because doing Premier and doing Uber Black is a little bit different. You're going to have to open the door for people. You're going to have to dress nicer. Like, this is business casual. Yes, a lot of Uber Black drivers, you'll probably see them in like a suit. That's great. That's something good, but suits do cost money. As long as you're business casual, I got some black, like gray pants, black pants, some dark blue, some dark green. I have brown shoes, black shoes. I have good quality stuff that can qualify, or it can basically fit for business casual, or I could get a suit and go for the full business attire. But you need to be like, you need to have all that because of the fact that they're paying this kind of money for the ride. Well, they're going to expect a certain level of service, and you're going to have to provide that because you're getting paid for it. So you're going to have to dress nice. You're not going to be wearing slacks, or not slacks, but you're not going to be wearing sweatpants and shorts and a ball cap, stuff like you see me doing deliveries, because you need to dress the part if you're going to make, if you want to charge that much money. If you're going to make that much money, you've got to go that extra mile. So you're going to open the doors for people. You're not going to complain about loading their luggage. You're going to do all that. You're going to help people out. You're going to be waiting a little bit longer. There's a lot more that goes into these tiers, but the money's worth it if you can do it. There's certain ways to try to go about doing it, but it takes a little bit of work, it takes a lot of effort. I don't recommend, I do not recommend renting to do Uber Black, because Uber's still taking a good chunk of money. You're making more, but it costs more to do it. So why do you want to, if you're up at this level, why do you want a boss? Why do you want somebody else that's going to make you wear a suit, which you could wear business casual? I do recommend wearing a suit, but they're going to make you wear certain stuff. They're going to make you work certain hours. They make you do all this just to make maybe a little bit more money than you did doing Uber with your own car. So at the end of the day, if you're doing this tier level, why do you want a boss? You already got a middleman. You already got Lyft. You already got Uber. They're already taking their cut. Why do you want somebody else to take their cut also? So yeah, it might be easier. They're going to provide commercial policy. They probably got the airport documentation that you're going to need to pick up people at the airport, all that stuff. But you're not paying for all that, but you're still not making as much money as you could make because you didn't pay for it. So it may seem like an easier route, but it's not really the best route. I'm trying to show you the best route and how to do it. I'm going to document the whole process. So here in the next couple of days, I'm going to be going back down south. I'm going to be doing different areas that have Uber Premier, see if it's kicked in yet, because even though once documents qualify and you got all that stuff, it still takes a little bit of money on the back end for Uber to actually set that option up and let it pop up to where you can actually use it. And same way with Lyft. I did say the other day, oh, I got Lyft Black, I can do Lyft Black. Well, that option, that tier is unlocked, but they're not giving me rides because I still don't have the commercial policy. So there's still little things you got to do, but I did have to try it out. I did have to see, because sometimes they might tell you one thing and then you have to do another. But the whole part of this process too is I'm learning just like you are, because there is nobody to teach me how to do it. That's why I'm teaching you how to do it. I'm not trying to gatekeep this luxury tier. I'm trying to show you, if you want to do it, if you can do it, well, this is how you do it. And I'm going to show you the whole process. I'm going to break everything down for you. And then you get to see what kind of money I'm making, so you can see, well, is it worth me trying to save up? Is it worth me trying to invest all that money? Because I'll tell you one thing, buying the clothes, buying the LLC, which I already had an LLC, but doing the DBA, doing the commercial policy, doing all this stuff, and this nicer car costs money, and it took me 2 years to get to this level. So it's not going to happen overnight. It could, maybe get lucky, whatever, things can happen. Not saying it can't happen, but it does take time, it does take practice to get to this level. That's why I suggest do Uber Premier first. Try to get accommodated or get used to accommodating people with their certain expectations and stuff. That way you're not spending all this money. You get to learn how it works, how those type of big people are, more business, they got a little bit more money, they're going to expect more out of you. But it's practice to when you do go foot all that kind of money that you got to put for the commercial insurance and the airport documentation and all that stuff, the permits and stuff that you're going to have costs a little bit more money. So doing Uber Premier first gives you a little practice to see all that stuff and actually make a little bit more money, or actually make more money, to where you can have the money to do all that stuff without just having to fork out a whole bunch of money and then sit there and like hope that it all works, because there is a process. It does take time. So at least doing Uber Premier gives you some money, gives you something to do, gives you practice while you're waiting on everything else, knowing that once you do all that stuff, it's going to take a little bit of time. It's going to take time for them to send you those permits. It's going to take time for the Uber to kick in with that stuff. It's going to take time, and you're going to do a lot more waiting, but I'm going to show it to you. And like, subscribe, guys. I just want to show you guys what Uber Premier and what Uber Black is like, and as I do it, I'm going to cross the country. Now, doing it this level, crossing the country, I'm not sure if it's easier or if I made it a little bit more difficult on myself, but honestly, I think it's going to be easier. It's just more airports aren't going to be as easy, but I'll show you a few airports along the way. I'll pick a few busy ones. We'll see how it goes. But hey, stay like, subscribe, stay watching, because you know what, you're gonna be along for a good ride. You're gonna see something different nobody else is doing. I'm gonna show it to you guys. So let me go down south, let me do some Premier, show you how it works, and then I'll go ahead and switch over to that commercial policy before I go over to Georgia. And then as I travel, you're gonna see what it's like in different cities. We'll see what cities are better than others. How busy are they? What kind of business do they have there? Are they good for Uber Black? Which cities are good for it? Which ones aren't? Because not every city is good for it. Just because you can get it, just because you got the money and the tier and all that stuff, doesn't mean you're going to get the clientele. Doesn't mean it's going to be busy. So Jacksonville is just a great example for that. So I'll show you probably a little bit of Jacksonville once I do switch to commercial policy, just to see how busy it is, because I am curious also. But I know TPCs are really the only week, because waiting at the airport in different areas, I don't really see too many black vehicles. A lot of them do their own private stuff. So being that, they could be doing Uber on the side, but I just don't think there's that much business in Jacksonville for it. And that's coming from other passengers that I had that use it in Orlando and other cities on a regular basis, telling me that it's super hard to even get a ride, less maybe from the airport, and even then sometimes it's hard. So like, subscribe, guys. Follow me across the country. Let me show you how Uber Premier works, how Uber Black works, how Lyft Black works. So stay tuned, like, and subscribe. And don't forget, guys, I do have this new dash cam. It's the Vantru dash cam. This thing is nice. I don't know why it's not turning on real quick, but I got an app with it. Then you got the Gridwise app. You got all that. But look, 4-channel. Got one in the back also. But hey, gotta have the dash cam. That's why I really ain't been driving too much, because I do not recommend doing Uber or Lyft without a dash cam. You're always going to need that, and you never know what can happen. So you need to have your evidence, your backup, just in case somebody says something, they try something, or just in case you get in an accident, you got it. So like and subscribe. I have a link for the Amazon one. I'll have an affiliate link hopefully here soon for Vantrue, and then you got the Gridwise link. That's going to help if you're at the airport and stuff like that, but it's going to help me try to see what areas are busy, what areas are best, and it saves my mileage, does all that stuff too. And I'm going to show you how it works throughout this whole thing. And don't forget, there are going to be some hotels every place I stay at. I'll have an Expedia link if you're ever interested in going to an area. I do have from when I was in Orlando this weekend. I'll probably put it in this episode just so you guys can see what that hotel's like, and then there'll be an Expedia link. It's an affiliate link. All the links I have that share to any type of products or services, they're all going to be affiliate links, just so you know that. I just want to be upfront. All the stuff's affiliate links, does help the channel. I do appreciate everybody that's purchased items off Amazon, that purchased Gridwise, that's done all that stuff. Do appreciate it, guys. Like and subscribe. Watch me as I fall across the country. Be down south the next couple days. Let's see how Uber Premier is, and then we're going to see how Uber Black and Lyft Black is. And I'm going to show you everything you need to know if you're ready to do it, if you're willing to do it, and if you can do it. So like and subscribe, guys. I got to go now. I don't want to say like and subscribe too many more times.